I'm Dr. Dan Rolph. I've been here at the Historical Society of Pennsylvania for 27 years. I'm the historian, or one of the historians, and also the head of reference services. In front of me is a periodical published in Philadelphia called The Ariel that was published in the 1820s. Then over to the right is actually a ledger book from the Durham iron furnace dating back to the 1780s that lists, day by day, month by month, the individuals that, the accounts of the furnace by Richard Backhouse, who ran it for a while, as well as George Taylor. In front of me is actually a letter by George Taylor, who was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, as well as a lithograph showing him who actually owned the Durham iron furnace. The Doylestown Intelligencer, which is an early newspaper there in Bucks County, picked up an account of a discovery made by Porter and Huff, and I'll just read that for you because it was picked up by lots of area newspapers and also in this periodical, The Ariel, in Philly. It says, the Doylestown Intelligencer informs us of a curious discovery made in digging on the Delaware Canal in Durham Township, Bucks County. 3 feet below the surface, a pile of 18 cannonballs was found, and directly underneath the bones of a human being. They were principally 18-pounders. It would be worth the trouble of some inquiry to ascertain why cannonballs were so freely used in the burial of this unknown person, and whether he was a soldier or an officer of the Revolutionary Army. The canal at the place of the discovery runs very near the old Durham furnace, the first forge ever erected in Pennsylvania out of Philadelphia, and probably the very first. The question naturally arises, who could this have been? Why was this person treated this way? And the superstition was that if a person, especially if they had been murdered, or in this case, if they were a Hessian prisoner or a British soldier that had been, was working against their will, so to speak, at the iron Durham furnace, then perhaps they were afraid that he was going to haunt them if he came back. We have the one ledger for the Durham furnace. We only have a few months for the year 1780. There's actually other ledgers of the furnace that exist, but they happen to be up in Bucks County at the Spruance Library. And if we could go through those, I think they're for like 3 years, then perhaps we could probably find maybe at least who had died and at least get an idea of maybe who the skeleton may have been.